If you're a fan of the game Funko Fusion, you've probably wondered just how many crossovers are there in this game anyway. Hello YouTube, my name is Nier, and well, a few days ago, this question popped into my head as well. So to find a clear definitive number, I did a lot of research and playing so you don't have to. For those of you who don't know, Funko Fusion is a massive crossover puzzle game that you can play on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and PC, featuring characters from movies, TV shows, comic books, video games, brand mascots, and even real-life people. Similar to LEGO games like LEGO Dimensions, but instead of LEGO minifigure-based characters, they have Funko Pops. You hop to different worlds, trying to stop the main villain and help the Funko Pop mascot Freddy. No, not that Freddy. We will get to him later. And since 1010 Games have released Funko Fusion Deluxe Edition on the Nintendo Switch just a few months ago, complete with all the free and paid DLCs, I think that it is safe to assume that we won't be getting any new updates for a while, so the end number hopefully doesn't have to change in any time soon. Also, this video is heavily inspired by the YouTuber PJGles, who has a video called How Many Series Are in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, where he counted every single video game franchise that are in the game, so big shout out to him, and I will put a link to his video on the description below. And I highly recommend you guys watching that video. It is honestly one of my favorite videos here on YouTube. And before we start counting, please make sure that you have subscribed. If you haven't, then hit the button below, leave a like, and leave some comments about your thoughts on this video. These will really help me a lot, since I've spent so much time and energy on making this video, from researching, recording, and editing, so I would really appreciate if you guys do so. Plus, I have some similar video ideas in mind for other games, so if you like these kinds of videos and crossover games in general, you won't regret subscribing. With all that being said, it is time to answer how many series are there represented in Funko Fusion. When the game officially released back in 2024, it had over 60 playable characters and 7 main playable worlds, being Jurassic World, Battlestar Galactica, The Umbrella Academy, The Thing, Hot Fuzz, Masters of the Universe, and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. There are also cameo worlds and secret characters that you can unlock by doing secret missions. These cameo worlds include Back to the Future, Five Nights at Freddy's, Invincible, Jaws, The Mummy, Nope, and Shaun of the Dead. Then there's secret characters which can be unlocked by doing cameo quests. You've got Mega Man, who you can unlock by escorting him to safety throughout some levels, Megan, where you have to defeat her in a boss fight, Chucky from Child's Play 2, where you have to find him in a hide-and-seek style mission, Michael Knight from Knight Rider, where you have to complete a timed race or driving challenge, Xena Warrior Princess, where you have to complete a combat-based survival mission, John Hammond from Jurassic Park, where you gotta collect 42 embers in total hidden in every single level of the game, and also Voltron, who can be unlocked by completing a specific fetch quest mission to gather its parts. Then there's also this unique character that can be unlocked by 2 different ways, and that is Colonel Sanders, the KFC mascot. The hard way is by collecting all 42 KFC buckets hidden throughout the entire game. Or, you can get him for free as a reward by signing up for the free KFC Rewards account via the KFC website. And you can also unlock the Mecha Colonel Sanders skin by achieving 250 KFC rewards points, which equals to around $25 spent at KFC. But let's be real, and nowadays, $25 is basically the price of an entire meal at KFC. Now, with all of the base game features being counted for, we now know that there are 22 franchises total, which doesn't seem like a lot, but in fact, almost half of the crossovers in this game are through DLC or exclusives. So, let's continue counting, shall we? The first series we've got is Team Fortress 2, which pack includes the Scout, Heavy, Engineer, and Medic. While it was a launch bonus for PC players on Steam, it was later made available to console players for free. Another interesting series I would like to add is Funko itself. Since there are Funko mascots in the game, like Freddy, Eddie, and Foxo, I will be counting Funko as its own series represented in Funko Fusion. Another unique character is Big Boy, the mascot of Bob's Big Boy Restaurant, who, fun fact, was the first ever licensed character to ever be made into a Funko collectible. So I think that this addition into the game is honestly really cool. What's not so cool though, you can only get this character as a randomized reward obtained through a redemption code on a card found inside a Funko Pop box. And Big Boy only has a 15% drop rate. So to get him in game, you might have to spend more dollars on Funko Pop figures. Okay, enough of that. This video has gotten way too long, so it's time we talk about DLCs. Throughout the game's lifetime, Funko Fusion has had a bunch of free DLCs as well as paid ones. Starting off with the free DLCs, we've got Frankenstein from Universal Monsters, released on Halloween 2024, Warrington Wolves, the professional rugby team, which added the team's mascot Wolfie into the game. Apparently, the reason why this collaboration exists is because 1010 Games is based in Warrington. And then there's Sun Wukong, which is a unique crossover character, because this character is based on the Monkey King figure that released as a part of the Funko Pop Asia line, that were exclusive for various stores in Asia. It's not based on any of the Sun Wukongs in popular media, it's just Funko's depiction on the mythological deity. So, by Funko logic, this counts as a Journey to the West representation. But it's not actually a crossover with any franchise, just a reimagining of the classic Chinese literature. And that brings our total to 28 series in the game. But we're not done just yet. The final part that we have to count is paid DLC, which brings quite a bunch of franchises. Starting off, we've got The Walking Dead, which was free if you pre-order the game or get on release day, but now the characters cost $9.99. The Office, which is an entire paid expansion where you can explore around the Scranton office, the Wicked movie series, Manchester City, Bob Ross, as well as Fantastic Plastic. Then there's also the Charity DLC initiative, where they collaborated with Whale and Dolphin Conservation, or WDC, which supports the protection of whales and dolphins globally, where you can unlock Olivia the Orca and Ollie the Orca. And Special Effect, a UK-based charity which helps people with physical disabilities play video games, that adds the Special Effect Streamer Bear to the playable roster. These packs were designed to support real-world causes, with 70% of all revenue from their sales being donated directly to their respective charities. And now, we have counted every single series in the game. But just before we start counting, I would like to point out one technicality: the Universal Monsters. This series is actually a collection of horror and science fiction films produced by Universal Pictures between the 1920s and the 1950s. So it's not actually one whole series, but a bunch of series that got put under one franchise. So the Universal Monster characters can be counted as different series according to their respective films, being Frankenstein, Dracula, The Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein, and The Wolfman. And with that, we have finally counted every single crossover that Funko Fusion has had. So now, I can proudly announce that Funko Fusion has a total of 40 crossovers, which is super impressive, especially remembering that this is 1010's first ever game. To get over 40 franchises, big and small, to agree for this crossover phenomenon is so cool. And I also made this board to actually see how impressively huge the crossover in this game actually is. Cool, right? Anyways, if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching and spending your time with me. I have a lot more videos coming soon with even cooler ideas, so please subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment your thoughts on Funko Fusion's crossovers. Once again, thank you so much for your attention, and I'll see you all in the next video.